Hello all, welcome back to the GV Reddy Automation World. Right, please subscribe to the channel. Right, please encourage me. Right, for more interesting videos. If you support me, right, if you provide encourage me, right, then I can do more interesting topics, videos on more interesting topics, right, that are useful. Right, today's class we will see loops. What are the different interview questions we can expect on the loops? Right, quickly we'll go through the questions. What are the different types of loops in Java? Right, we all know simple question only, right? For loop. In for loop we can have index based or we can have a for each loop, while loop, do while loop. Right, these are the different loops we have. What is the difference between a for loop and while loop? Right, for loop initialization done inside the loop header. Right, while loop can be done outside. Right, condition check before each iteration. Iteration done inside the loop header, done inside the loop body. Right, use case when the number of iterations is known. Use case when we need to use when the number of iteration is known, when the number of iterations are unknown. Right, what is the enhanced for loop in Java? Right, enhanced for loop is used to iterate over the arrays or collections without using an index. Right, what is the advantage of it? We no need to use the index. Right, suppose if it is an array, right, for int, for right, for each loop what we have to do, what type of array? Int array. So that's why we have to give int variable name colon array name. Right, whatever type. If it is a float, then float some variable name colon array. Right, what type of array we have to give that type. Just print it, that's it. No need to manage index manually, cleaner and more readable code. Right, what is an infinite loop? How do you create one? Right, infinite loop if you want to create. Right, by using for loop, how you will get for brackets semicolon semicolon, that's it. We no need to initialize or increment condition, nothing is there. Then it will go for a infinite loop. If you want to create infinite loop using while loop, while true, it will go infinitely, it will execute. Right, we must be very careful while using while loop. While creating for loop we will know okay something we are missing, but while true if you use, right, we must have a break statement inside, otherwise, right, it will full our RAM, then it system will hang. Right, while by using while loop we must be very careful. What is the difference between break and continue? Right, break, if you use the break, what will happen? It will terminate the loop immediately. Right, break will terminate the loop immediately. Continue, what it will do? Skips the current iteration, moves to next one. Right, we'll see. Suppose I want to print 1 to 5. Suppose if I equal to 3, if I use break, what will happen? It will print until, right, 1 2 it will print. If 3 means it will break, that means it will not execute for loop, it will print only 1 2, it will terminate the loop, entire loop it will terminate, it will come out if you use the break. Suppose continue, same scenario, 1 to 5 I want to print, but I want to skip only 3, I want to print remaining, then we will go for continue. Right, if you want to, if we are iterating some collection or array, you want to skip a particular condition wise. Right, if you want to print only even numbers, if you want to print only odd numbers, right, we can use continue. It will skip matching iterations only. Right, that is the difference. How can you use labeled break? Right, a lot of people don't aware of it. Right, labeled break we can use. Where we can use, what is the advantage? Suppose, see, I have a two loops, main loop and child loop. Now some condition is there, I want to break entire two loops. Break means what it will do? It will terminate immediate for loop only, it will not break that parent loop. Right, then how to break it? How to break it? By using labeled right, labels we can give before starting the parent for loop, something outer, some any name, we can give any name, outer colon, suppose here is outer colon. Now whenever cases break outer, that means it will come out of entire loop, child and parent loops. Right, that is the advantage of labels. Can a for loop run without any initialization condition and increment decrement? Yes, right. We have infinite loop. We can write a infinite loop. If you don't write any initialization condition increment, then what it will do? It will go in a infinite loop. Behaves like a while true. How does a do while loop differ from while loop? Right, while loop, what will happen? First, it will check the condition. If condition matches, then it will go inside. But a do while, what will happen? First, it will execute the body, then it will verify the condition. That means do while will execute at least one time. Do while will execute at least one condition, but while loop will not execute. If condition satisfies, then only it will go inside. But a do while, first condition, if it is satisfied or not satisfied, body will first loop will execute, then it will verify condition. If it is fail, it will come out of it. That means do while will execute at least one time. Suppose if we have a condition like this, do while, right, I equal to 10, something do, then system dot out that first what it will do, it will print the body, then it will verify, right, at least one time it will execute. How to iterate a list using different loops, right? What are the different loops we have? We can use index loop, right? For I equal to 0, I less than list dot size I plus plus, we can use for each loop. We can use for each loop. We can use while loop. We can use while loop. We can use iterator. We can also iterator, right? For with index, for each loop, while loop, iterator. These are the different ways we can iterate over the list. List has a, right, one more is list iterator also there. Right, if you want to forward and backward direction, list only list collection will have list right, that list iterate. That means we can forward direction, we can navigate forward and backward. Iterator will navigate only forward, it will not navigate backward. Right, that is also we can write. What happens if the loop conditions is always false? What will happen if the condition fails? Suppose if the condition in the while or for loop is always false, the loop body will never execute. Right, first I equal to 0, it will verify the condition. Is I greater than 0, 0 greater than 5? No, it will not execute. It will never execute, it will come out of it. For do while, it will execute one time. Just now we have seen, right? For do while, first time it will execute whether condition false or true, it will execute. Can you modify the loop variable inside the body? Yes, we can modify the loop. If we want to change the I value, right, inside the loop we can change it, but it's not a correct one. Right, modifying in the loop variable is not advisable. Alright, we must be, if there is anything we can, right, how do you reverse a loop? How to print a loop in a reverse order? Suppose I want to print 5 4 3 2 1 in reverse order. How will you print? First initialize with start. I want to start with 5. Then I have to check greater than. Right, we will confuse here. Right, for loop means we will do less than. Right, we will confuse less than. Then right, it will always it will not come exact output. First initialize with 5. I greater than. Here we have to verify I greater than or equal to 1. I minus minus. Then we have to do decrement. Right, what it will do? First it will verify 5. Is 5 greater than 1? Yes, it will print. Then it will decrease 4. 4 greater than 1? Yes. 3 greater than 1? 2 greater than 1? 1 greater than 1? 0. 0 greater than 1? It will come out of it. It will print 5, 4, 3, 2. Right? Reverse order. How do you iterate over 2D array? Right? If you have a 2D matrix, right, like this, 2-dimensional array. How to print? We require a 2 loops. One loop for rows, one loop for columns. 2D matrix means rows and columns. One to iterate for rows, one to iterate from right columns. Right. For int I equal to 0 to matrix dot length I plus plus 1. Then second one, columns. J equal to 0, first matrix of I dot length, column length, J plus plus. Then print a matrix. Can you use multiple variables in a loop? Right, in a loop, so far we have seen I equal to 0, conditional, initialization, condition, increment. Can we have multiple? Yes, we can have multiple. See, condition, we can have, see, I equal to 0, comma, j equal to 5. Right, two variables we can. Then I less than j, I plus plus, comma, j minus minus. One we can increment, one we can decrement. Right, we can have multiple variables in a loop. How do you exit a nested loop in Java? Right, previously we have seen by using the nested labeled break. We can use the labeled break whenever condition matches, it will come out of it. Right, it is already come. How do you generate Fibonacci series using loop? Right, Fibonacci series means what? 0, 1. If we add 1 plus 0 plus 1, 2, next number will come. Then 1 plus 1, 2. Right, last number plus previous number, it will become next number. Right, last number plus before number, if we add, it will come next number. So similarly we have to take it. We have to take first as a 0, second as a 1. Then how we will get the next number? First plus second, right? First per second. Then we have to assign second to first. Then we have to assign second to first. Right. From I equal to first print the first and second. You can print first and second, right? Starting. Then we can start from 2 to less than. There are multiple ways. This is one of the way. I equal to 2, I less than n. Right. How many numbers? How many Fibonacci numbers we want? I plus plus. Then what we have to do first? First and second, if we add, next number we will come, print the next number. Then we assign second to first, next to second. Right, second number we have to assign first, then next to second. Then loop continues like this until I less than n. Right, it will print array like this. It will print Fibonacci series. Right, simple one. Can a loop execute without a body? Yes, we can execute a loop without a body using semicolon. Right, suppose if we take a I equal to 0 while I plus plus less than 5, semicolon, we have to give semicolon. Right, what will happen? It will loop until the I become less than 5. If we print it, it will become 6. Right, we can write without a body. How do you find sum of digits of a number using a loop? This is one more interesting question. Right, sum of the digits. Right, what we have to do, sum of the digits means first we have to get each number. Right, each number and add numbers. How we will get a simple thing? If you know palindrome, we will use same logic for palindrome. Right, like reverse the number. Right, reverse the number or sum of the digits. Same logic we will use for all scenarios. While number greater than 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, right, until it becomes 0, number greater than 0. Right, here what we have to do? Sum equal to, right, here shortcut. This is shortcut, right? Sum equal to sum plus. Otherwise we can write like this: sum equal to sum plus number by 10. Right, like this we have to write. That is the shortcut, whatever it is there previously. Right, sum plus equal to. What it will do? It will get the last digit 4. Percentile means percentile 10. It will get the last digit. It will add to sum. Initially sum is 0. Now 0 plus 4, 4. Now again it will divide. Divide means it will remove the last digit. Right, we have added already last digit. Remove it. Then 1, 2, 3. Get the last digit. Sum it again. Previous sum is what? 4. 4 plus 3, 7. Then again divide. It will become 1, 2. Again get the last digit. Right, 10 plus 2, 12. Right. Like this we can add 7 plus 2 9, 9 plus 1 10, sum is 10. That's simple, two lines of code. While a number greater than 0, sum equal to sum plus number divided by 10, number percentile 10, number divided by 10. These two are the important. Percentile 10 means we will get the last digit, divided means it will remove the last digit. How do you use a loop to check if a number is prime number or not? Right, prime number means what? It will divide by, right, divided by 1 and itself. Right, it has only two factors. That means a number divided by 1 or itself, that is called prime number. Now what we will do? We will remove these two. Right, 1 and itself, right, last number we will remove. Then we can start from 2. Right, anyway it will, if we start from 1, what will happen? Anyway it will divide. So we will remove that last number and 1. 2 to I less than or equal to number divided by 2. Right, up to half of the number if you verify, that is fine. No need to verify until. If you verify also, that's fine, but it will increase the loop. Right, it will increase the number of iterations. Not required. From 2 to number divided by 2. That's fine until that. Suppose it is a 7. Right, 2 to number divided by means 3.5, that means 3. Right, suppose see, first it will number percentile I equal to 0. That means we are verifying remainder should not be 0. Suppose if we pass 8, right, it will divided by 2, that is not prime number. Right, number percentile I should not equal to 0. Should be, if it is equal to 0 means prime number false. Right, prime number false. If any number is percentile I equal to 0, then prime number is false. Or if remainder becomes 0, that number is false. 7 means never, we will never get a 0. Right, then that is a prime number. If you pass the 8, right, it will divide, right, 8 divided by 2, 0, then prime number false. Right, like that. What are the difference between the iterator and for each loop? Right, usability works with any collection. Iterator works with any collection. For each loop works with arrays and collection. Right, iterator only works with collection only, but for each loop will work with arrays and collection. Removal allows element removal using itr.remove. Does not allow element removal. Right, here does not allow element remove. Only in a iterator only we can remove. If we try to remove, right, in for each loop, we'll get an error. Flexibility can modify elements. Read only access. Here read only, we can modify here. Slightly slower. Iterator is slightly slower. Optimized for iteration. Right, iterator means list.iterator, while itr.has next. Itr.next. Right, for each means simple. Right. How do you implement a loop that runs indefinitely but stops on user input? Right, now interviewer asked, I want a infinite loop, but whenever I want to execute, I have to exit it. How do you do? By using scanner class, we can take the input. Then while true. While true means infinite loop. Right, while true means infinite loop. Right, continuously we will take the input. Continuously we will take the input. Scanner dot next int, we will take a number. If number equal to 0, break. That means it will break, come out of it. Right, other than 0, it will always ask. It will always ask, enter a number, enter a number. Whenever you will provide 0, it will break it. Right, like this we can have a infinite loop, but the user stops. How do you print a pattern using loops? Suppose I want to print pattern like this. Right, first 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. Right, how do you print? We require 2 loops. For 1 equal to I equal to 1 to 5. Second loop is j equal to 1, j less than or equal to I. This is important. First we have to print 1, I, right, first I, then 2, then 3, 4, 5, like that. Star. Right, then here we have to give system dot of, after first second for loop we have to give println, then it will print next line. Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sometimes they will ask to print a triangle. Sometimes Right, this is the right angle. If you want the triangle, they will ask, we have to add a few more steps here to make it as a triangle. Just to try that. Right, these are the different questions we can expect on the right loops. Thanks for watching. If you like my way of teaching and content, please subscribe to the channel. If you did not understand or if you need more information on any question, please comment in the comment section. I will explain it more. Right. Thanks for watching.